everyone, I'm Shannon Slatton. It was quite the sight for drivers traveling through the Maple Grove Osseo area on Wednesday. Take a look at this. A small single-engine plane had to make an emergency landing on County Road 81 near Wellington Lane. It happened at about 4 p.m. on Wednesday. According to Maple Grove Police, they say there were no injuries and no property damage, but the Federal Aviation Administration is leading the investigation into why the plane had to land on the roadway.
Hi, I'm Delane Cleveland. At the end of the week, new statewide restrictions will go in place regarding bars, restaurants, and gyms that are meant to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. One of the places, though, that won't be impacted is Hennepin Tech, thanks to some of the safety protocols they have in place. The Brooklyn Park campus of Hennepin Technical College is a quieter place these days. Yes, students are still in the building, but since the onset of COVID-19, the overall number of people who are physically here is limited.
Anything that can be done remotely is done remotely, but we have a lot of programs that you have to have hands-on. You know, you don't want someone changing your carburetor who's only watched a YouTube video.
In other words, when a class has a lecture component, students stay home and do distance learning. But when they have to do hands-on activities, they come to campus, provided that they're healthy.
Everyone who comes to campus has to check in, so there is a survey they have to provide answers to, and if they pass the survey, we do a temperature check, and everyone has to have a mask also.
So far, Hennepin Tech officials say the process has worked. Between the Eden Prairie and Brooklyn Park campuses, the college could see anywhere from 1 to 9 cases of COVID in a given week. If someone tests positive, the college does contact tracing and the person is quarantined for 2 weeks.
If a program does have a small outbreak, it'll affect a few students, and then everyone is at home, and when they come back, we continue on.
And continuing on with business as usual is exactly what will happen at Hennepin Tech going forward. As new restrictions go into place in other industries, hybrid learning will remain intact.
It is a relief. It's important to these students keep on in their education too. Anytime you have a gap, there's a catch-up involved, and especially we do the hands-on training, so you don't want to lose that classroom book knowledge, and then you can't put it to application.
Classes at Hennepin Tech already shut down back in March when the pandemic first hit. They do have contingency plans in place in case they encounter that scenario again, but the hope is that it won't have to come to that.
I think it's important to the governor to have higher ed still be, if it can be done, to do it. And I think the controls in place do allow that to happen.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
17-year-old Ella Winston has been dancing since she could walk. Whirling and soaring into the air, Ella is the captain of the Wayzata High School dance team. But just a few weeks ago, COVID-19 took control of her body, pausing everything she's ever loved to do.
All of a sudden her fever spiked really high. I think at that point it was 103. And she obviously at that point was staying home. And on Saturday, it got even higher.
Ella's mom, Sarah, says the teen was brought to Children's Hospital in Minneapolis.
I even parked in the 3-hour parking at Children's Hospital thinking, driving to the ER department thinking, oh, we'll be there a few hours.
But they ended up staying for 10 days, mainly in the ICU. Ella developed a severe sore throat and cough, along with vomiting and dehydration.
So watching 5 doctors and nurses while her machines are all beeping was very scary, and then having them all rush in at one point to sedate her. That's the point where I was freaking out.
Sarah says doctors told her that Ella was experiencing kidney, liver, and heart failure. Her body was shutting down. Ella needed to be put on oxygen and sedated in order to recover. The teen is now home, but she was diagnosed with myocarditis, which is an inflammation of the heart.
Really just can't get her heart rate up. That's why she can't exercise. And the reason why, to be honest, is with myocarditis, the bad effect is sudden death.
A cardiologist will help monitor Ella's heart in hopes of a quick recovery. For the time being, Sarah hopes everyone will take COVID-19 seriously.
Well, it can happen to anybody, even the healthiest of kids, because Ella is the healthiest of kids.
Pafua Yang, CCX News.
I'm Sonia Goins, and I'm at Spiritual Church of God in Robbinsdale, where they're giving away free turkeys and gift cards. Now, Pastor Harding-Smith, you guys have been doing this for 10 years, but you say this year the need is greater.
This year the need is definitely greater. These communities have been decimated by the COVID. We see a lot of people today that haven't worked in 6 months. We see the need, the greater need, and it's a special Thanksgiving for those that were able to make it through this COVID. So we're just reaching out to families and communities to say, listen, we just want to help you in any way we can to make this a joyous Thanksgiving. We know that times have been dark, times have been difficult. There are people today without jobs, don't know where the next income is coming from. So we're doing this in the name of Philando Castile. His mother is here, his uncle is here. And we want to give back to the community. The foundation likes to give back, and the church likes to give back. And we're just saying that we are out here, we're reaching out to you. We know times have been tough, it's been difficult, and we want to help you anywhere we can.
And I know you guys are also delivering the sick and shut-in people too, right?
Yes, we're making our rounds in the community for those that are not able to make it to come and receive the turkey. We are going to bring to your doorstep 20, 30-pound turkey along with a gift card. And this is on behalf of Philando Castile, and we're so grateful that we can include everyone in this.
Well, great. Thanks for the great work you do in the community.
I thank you so much.
Okay, for more on this story, head to our website, ccxmedia.org. In Robbinsdale, Sonia Goins, CCX News.